Hello and welcome to another episode of Unmuted. I'm your host, Courtland Warren. In this episode, we focus on ways for you to strive for personal excellence. Are you a person who seems to get stuck at the start? One who is seeking perfection, where all of the ducks got to be in the row, all the lights must be green before you take off, and it's your analytical nature, it's your desire for care, it's your attention to detail. Perhaps it is your fear of embarrassment. It could be that you don't want to be laughed at. You don't want to be criticized, but you think of all of the different things that could happen. And so you look to manage all of the things that could happen before you ever get started. The idea is to have it all perfectly laid out, the perfect plan before we even get moving. And then all of the time that you give that, you note that you still haven't passed go. If you're a person who is seeking perfection, let's look at that, because I'd like to influence you to move from perfection to a pursuit of excellence. There's a difference between perfection and excellence. The biggest difference is one can be improved upon and the other cannot. Think about it. When something is perfect, it means it cannot be improved. It is the best it will ever get. There are no even small things that could make it better when it's perfect. Excellence, on the other hand, excellence we could look at and say, at a moment in time, it was the best that one could do, and so it is excellent, but being excellent does not mean that it can't be changed or improved upon. A child performing a task at 8 years old, excellent. That same child at 38 years old performing the same task, a different level of excellence, a different level of expectation, but in both instances, it could still be improved. There are very few things that are absolutely perfect. And yet, there are a number of people who strive for that. So in reality, the strive for perfection is subjectively a belief in I'm not good enough. The expectation of perfection is in essence a belief of I'm not worthy. Because I've set it up, or you've set it up to be perfect, when intuitively we know that perfection isn't possible. So let's strive for excellence then instead. And so here are 7 keys for you to achieve personal excellence. Number 1 is relentless pursuit of your dreams. Relentless pursuit. I believe it was Les Brown who said, be stubborn about the goal, but flexible in your approach. So when I say be relentless in the pursuit, what I'm expressing here is that it's not that you're rigid and it can only be done one way and it can only look like this. That's a hint of perfectionism, okay? But when you determine that you're not going to give up, that getting knocked down will not for you be the end of the story, that the loss of a relationship for you will not be the end of love, that a failed business for you will not close the chapter on you as an entrepreneur. So be relentless in the pursuit. Be one who will not give up, who will not quit, who will not stop. You can be stubborn about your desire to achieve it while also being flexible in your approach to doing so. It is this relentless attitude that is the fuel that drives personal excellence. Without it, you're just going through the motions. You're being tossed through and fro. You're like a tumbleweed out in the west, okay? And whichever way the wind blows, that's the way you go. So by finding a pursuit that ignites your soul, and you want to pursue it with unwavering determination, you move towards excellence. Think about the number of people who are aiming wondrously, who are, they're caught up in the news cycle. And the topic of their conversation is whatever media has decided for that day or for that week. You ever notice that? There are some people, their talking points in conversation are only what media has revealed. That's a person who is not clear about their pursuit, and they're definitely not relentless. It is this secret ingredient that separates ordinary from extraordinary. And when you're truly relentless about the pursuit, you'll find the strength to overcome any obstacle in your path. Secret number 2, or key number 2, is to embrace failure. See, a lot of people don't get started because they fear the criticism that will come when they don't get it perfect the first time. Now, a lot of our, culture is set up that way. It is, they can point out the holes. They can pick out the holes. I can't tell you the number of people who, under the guise of loving support, have so much feedback about how I do things or how I start, not recognizing that I'm only a few months in. But what's different, and they haven't even started, but yet they can give all types of feedback on what needs to be done. I've gotten to the place now where I only listen. I listen to the people who have done what I want to do, because they are the most equipped to share about what it takes and about what's possible. Okay? So if you're a person, though, who's seeking perfection over excellence, then the fear of criticism can cause you some delay. So just decide that you're going to fail. Just decide that there's going to be some pain points. Just decide that there are going to be some areas where it's not ultimately how it will be. I was working out recently with my trainer, and he's at the Better Improvement Program with Robert Caddy, and we were doing wall sits, which, if you've ever seen how skinny my legs are, you can tell I skip some leg days, okay? But don't judge. All right, so anyway, we're doing these wall sits, and then he brings me a weight, and then I got the weight now on my thighs while also doing the wall sit, and so it starts to burn, my legs start to shake, and he says, well, just go ahead. He's really intense as he's speaking, and he's like, just know that it's starting to burn now, but it's going to burn 10 times more than that by the time we're finished. So just go ahead and embrace it. You know it's coming. You know it's going to hurt more than it is right now, so just go ahead and accept it. And you know what? I was able to. I was like, yeah, this hurts, but it's going to hurt more by the time we call time. So just embrace it. Know that it's part of it. And actually for you, I believe it was Sugar Ray Leonard who said, you'll never know success until you know failure. Or you cannot know failure. You can't know success. That's what it was. You cannot know success without ever knowing failure. That's back to the law of polarity. In order for anything to exist, the opposite must exist also. And so understand, recognize that you're going to have some failures, and that's part of the price. That's part of your tuition. That's part of the tuition that must be paid in order for you to achieve what you desire. Failure is not the end, though. It's a necessary part of the journey towards personal excellence. And it is through the failure that we gain valuable insights and we develop the resilience needed to achieve greatness. It is through the failures that we're actually developing the skill. It is in our failures that we develop the mindset that is powerful enough to enable us to sustain what we create. And those who are unwilling to go through that process don't get to have the reward. So key number 1, a relentless pursuit of a dream. Key number 2, embrace failure. Key number 3, think differently. We've heard it often, think outside the box. But the reality is that innovation and personal excellence, they go hand in hand. Right? Don't be afraid to think outside the box for a challenge, to go beyond the status quo and to disrupt the norm. because greatness lies in the ability to think differently and bring new ideas to life. That's what entrepreneurs are doing all the time. It is essentially the work of an entrepreneur is to make possible what the masses haven't even thought of. And a key to personal excellence is to think differently and to find innovative solutions to problems. And by challenging conventional wisdom, embracing creativity, you actually pave the way for extraordinary achievements. Is essentially what I look to do in the personal development industry and with coaching. I know what the norm is. I know what is accepted. But a lot of what personal development is to convince people that something is wrong with them. So therefore, buy my product, buy my book, buy my seminar, buy my course. For me, it is an unconventional thought to say, no, there is actually nothing wrong with you and nothing is missing. Let's work together for you to reveal to yourself that truth. So in your life, in your world, in your industry, what is a commonly accepted norm that could be busted up if you were willing to think differently? So number one, a relentless pursuit of the dream. Number two, embrace failure. Number three, think differently. Number four, and this is a big one. Listen up. This is a big one. Continuous learning. The pursuit of personal excellence is a lifelong journey of learning and growth. You must make a priority of investing in yourself, seeking out mentors and coaches, reading daily, and never settling for mediocrity. See, a lot of times what happens in personal development or with the mindset components is people are like, well, I read that book. I've done that already. I already attended that course. Yeah, I had a coach before. And there's a finality to their learning and discovery, when in reality, this is a continuous pursuit. I have a number of books that I have read multiple times because I'm fascinated by how, based on where I am in my life, I'll read something, hear something, see something that I did not see the first couple of times. It is over and over and over again, particularly when you find truth and wisdom. You do so over and over and over again because there are new learnings that are available as a result. And so continuous learning and self-investment must be a part of your approach and your strategy. Number five is perseverance. Personal excellence. And again, we're saying, how do we achieve excellence, not perfection? Right? Because if we were seeking perfection, we would only have to get to that place one time and it would be done. We're going to need some perseverance. Why? Because we know that it can be improved upon, whether it's our business or, whether it's my business or myself, whether it's your business or yourself or your relationship, right? You can improve upon it. And so therefore we seek excellence, not perfection. But personal excellence is not achieved overnight. It does require perseverance in the face of adversity and challenge. It requires staying focused on the goals, determined to stay and never give up, even as those who started along the path with you start to fall off or fall out. When faced with challenges and setbacks and failures, you keep pushing forward. It's one foot in front of the other. And here's the reality. Some days you move faster than other days, but at least you move. I'll say that again. There will be days when you move faster than other days, but at least you keep moving, even on the slow days. There are days when, all the energy isn't there and all the vibrance isn't there and all the vitality isn't there. And you can maybe recall days when you were moving a whole lot faster, and it could get to the place where it's like, man, I'm slowing down. No. You won't move at the same pace every day, but you got to make not moving not part of your life. Like, you may not move at the same speed every day, But here's the reality. You've got to make moving a non-negotiable. Number 6, attention to detail. The pursuit of personal excellence demands an unwavering attention to detail. It's the little things that make the biggest impact. How much sleep did you get? In your physical fitness regimen. What you fuel your body with. Having someone else look at your presentation before you present your slides. It's the attention to detail in how you groom, how you dress yourself, how you present yourself publicly. Attention to detail. It expresses care. There's an energy of care that comes from attention to detail. It's the hallmark of personal excellence. And by paying meticulous attention to these aspects of your work, you set yourself apart from the competition and you achieve exceptional results. Because think about it. Think about the times in your life where someone went a little bit extra. They went the extra mile. Think about those times and how you remember it. You remember that they remembered your name. You showed up and there was a thank you card. They remembered your birthday. It's those little things. It's the attention to detail. And just in case it might sound like a little contradictory to what we started out with, which is around that pursuit of perfection. No, it's not. I'm not saying that the attention to detail is because, it's perfect and we can't move until all of those things are thought through. But give it your time, give it your attention, give it some of your mental capacity and thought energy to what are the extra things that you could do, the additions that you can make that communicate for you when you're not there. It's those, I just hosted my annual golf tournament recently, and I thought through what would go into that experience. And over time, we've developed this tradition of a flag where everyone signs the flag so that when it's framed by the end of the tournament, the winner, instead of the trophy, they get this flag and they see all the signatures. And it's going to be a reminder for the winner of who was there, who was in the tournament. And I also, said, okay, well, here's a way for you to, and I bought, some beef jerky and some, things for them to eat throughout. But I had read on ChatGPT that a way to ensure winning tournaments was to make sure that you were hydrated and that you have snacks, healthy snacks on the course. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to keep the entire secret from them on how I continue to win, but I'll share a little bit. Now I scrambled around to do it, but we got it done. Point being, the attention to detail for people that you care about. And then most importantly, for yourself, that attention to detail is powerful. And then number 7 is an unrelenting, an unwavering self-belief. So number 1, a relentless pursuit of the dream or goal. Number 2, embracing failure. Number 3, thinking differently. Number 4, continuous learning. Number 5, perseverance. Number 6, attention to detail. And number 7, my favorite, here's how you achieve some personal excellence. It's through belief in yourself and your abilities. Personal excellence is born out of unwavering self-belief. The knowing, the knowledge that you have within you to be, to do, to have, to create a life that is meaningful, a life that matters, a life that is remembered, a life that inspires. Trust in yourself and your instincts and having the confidence in your ideas to never let self-doubt hold you back. Now, obviously, there'll be times when you have some doubt, but you move forward anyway. You have some doubt, but you continue still to take action. It is the foundation, I look at it as self-belief being the foundation of personal excellence. faith in your abilities, trust in your vision, and never letting doubt cloud your judgment is what leads to a self-belief. Now understand that it's not just about like visualization. It's not just about, seeing it. It's not just about writing the goals down. It is certainly about those things, but it's also you taking action and seeing results and producing an outcome. Because in so doing, you now have evidence of your thoughts becoming things. You have evidence of that mysticism, that alchemy, I call it, of a thought becoming thing. You changed the form. You took the highest form of energy, the thought energy, and you converted it into a thing. You actualized it. Why? Because you're an alchemist and you have the ability to do that. I want you to seek personal excellence, not perfection. Because when we seek excellence, it allows us to improve. Once it's perfect, it's done. And we don't want to be done for a long, long time. I hope this helps. If it does, don't keep it a secret. Let someone know that it exists. I appreciate you for listening, and I would love to have you be part of my email list at info@courtlandwarren.com. That's COURTLANDWARREN, info@courtlandwarren.com. Have a moment, take a moment, go to the website. You can do so now. Go to courtlandwarren.com, download the free ebook on personal betterment, the truth about personal development that they don't really want you to know. It's called Kaizen. And excuse me, go download that and it'll put you on our mailing list. The reason why I'm intentional about creating a mailing list through emails is because I don't want to be reliant on the social media platforms, their algorithms, and so forth. And so if you'll do that, if you'll subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our email list, it helps us out a lot. Until the next time, thank you. We appreciate you. Go be excellent. Go be excellent. Tune in next time.